Hello everybody, got a little bit of a different video for you today. I been sitting on the tree for a few days for Missouri's archery season. Today is Tuesday, September 20th, and the season started on Thursday the 15th. This is my fourth sit out in the stand. I've been getting out here a little later for the evenings than I wanted to. Today I got here early enough that I felt comfortable shooting a intro without spooking anything off. But I'm hunting over my usual food plot. It's got clover right now. I'll show that. Yeah, it's pretty brown and dry for most of it, but I do have some clover up on the far side over there behind that branch that I haven't mowed that's doing all right. I didn't set up my sprinklers this year. We were getting a pretty good amount of rain through most of the summer. It's just kind of recently that it dried up a bit, but got a couple of nice branches that hide me from the channel that the deer usually come in to feed on. There's a persimmon right at the end of my finger here. There's two trunks of it that carry on up that ripens the fruit a little earlier than the other persimmons in the area, so they usually come into that. This particular year it hasn't been laden with as much fruit as it usually is, so I haven't seen the deer that I usually see. The last 3 years I've harvested a deer opening morning or the second day of the archery season off of that, and so far I haven't seen any deer coming into it right now. Seeing deer out in the soybean field on the property adjacent to mine. They've been out in there and browsing in the beans, but they haven't been cutting through my property yet, so figured it's worth another sit today and see what happens. I've got pretty warm temperatures. I think today's high was like 96, unseasonably warm. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 98 degrees, but then on Thursday the temperature is going to drop down into the 60s. So I'm not going to be in the stand tomorrow because I don't want to be out here every single day and oversaturate the area. But I am going to come out here on Thursday if I don't tag anything tonight, and definitely hunt the first cold front for the fall, so I'm pretty excited about that. But anyway, we'll just have a sit here and see what goes down. Today is Thursday, what is it, the 22nd, something? It's the starting of the second week of the archery season. So I was out on the 15th, which was opening day here, and hunted about every other day in the first week. And man, was it hot. I was seeing very little deer. We had temperatures in the 90 plus range several days, including yesterday. It was climbing and climbing. Yesterday got up to like 98. Today we had a cold front move in and it's like 68 degrees right now. When driving to work, I saw some deer moving in the neighborhood in the morning when it was cool. So I've been itching all day to get in the stand here after work, and now I'm here. So we'll see if anything walks by in the cool weather. Hello everyone. Well, I didn't see much yesterday. I saw one buck that was like 130 yards or so away 5 minutes before I lost all shooting light. So even if he was close, it might have been marginal whether I took a shot or not, just for visibility. It was so poor at the time. But I'm out here the next day. That's Friday the 23rd of September, and you can hear we got a little bit of rain going on. I got my jacket on. So the temperature 2 days ago was 98 degrees whenever I drove home from work. Today it was showing 57. So this is more to keep me dry than really warm right now. It's not that cold. But I saw a lot of deer in the fields on my way home. Pardon me. So I decided to come up and get in the stand because I figure if they're moving in the fields, they might be moving around over here. So I'll give it a try. Either way, it's a beautiful time to be out in the stand if you don't mind a little bit of water. So stay tuned. We'll see if I get anything. Well, it's Friday, September 30th. It's been kind of a rough archery season so far. I'm 2 weeks into the season and I've yet to have a single deer within bow range, much less have a chance to decide whether or not to make a shot on one. And that's usually not the case. Usually have an opportunity, at least on the first couple of days of the season, you know, when I can target a food source and do pretty well. But for whatever reason, the persimmon tree, which has been my lucky ticket for several years, that they usually come up and eat the fruit from it, is just not as laden with fruit as it usually is. So having to change up the strategy a little bit. You know, I usually get them right off of that base of that tree. Now I'm more on a rotation of still being over that tree, because I am seeing fruit fall down occasionally. It's not as heavy, and I am seeing some signs of scat, just not super heavy. But as I'm losing light, I usually will get down. The last few times what I've been doing is getting out of the stand and working towards another spot that I've got that's more of a ground blind, you know, kind of brushed in area around that'll hide my movement and stand on the ground. It allows me to watch over the field. And the last time I was out was Tuesday, and I saw 13 deer in the field walking around. So they're not cutting through my place, and they're not coming to the persimmons near as much, but they are on the perimeter. So I've got adjacent properties that I have permission to hunt both sides, and then yeah, I'll just keep giving it an effort, and we'll see if something wanders in close enough. And I've been able to grunt them in, but it seems like every time I have a deer that's interested in coming in to investigate the grunt call, set for more like a doe or a fawn bleat, they come in and then just kind of hold up at about 50 to 65 yards or so. It's like, I just need you to come in another 10 yards and I'll get you. But hasn't been the case yet. But, we'll give it another try and see how it goes. It's been about an hour since the intro. I'm expecting the deer to come in, if they do, to the plot, coming in from that direction, about right where the end of my finger is, and in the next 20 to 30 minutes or so. So anyway, I'll have this thing on standby, and we'll see if something comes close. brown down.